Hello everyone and welcome to a new video price prediction for Bitcoin based on Elliott Wave analysis. I hope that you had a nice weekend and a nice start for the week. Now on the daily chart we can see that Bitcoin still in a very healthy impulse towards the upside with the green label here 1, 2 and 3, 4 finishing a wave 4, and we are looking for a wave 5. Now, in that impulse, in that wave 5, we have started to see an unfolding wave 1 for a wave 5, possibly finished wave 1 here after having almost a 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And however, here the wave 4, of course, overlap with the wave 1, which is not really an impulse. It could be more as a contracting diagonal towards the upside. Now, if we look further for this impulse, of course, if it is an impulse towards the upside, then we are looking next for 3 waves towards the downside, finishing a healthy wave 2 between the 2 fib levels, the 0.618 and 0.786, and this is respectively between 55,250 and 52,000, almost 600. So now, if that is the case, of course, then we have a finished wave 4 here, where we have an A, a B, and a C, right? Finished a zigzag after a 1 fib level at 52,070 almost. However, this wave C has overshooted as well. It's very also possible for a wave C to overshoot, hitting exactly the fib level for a wave 4. Perfect, and without invalidating this impulse by touching the 0.618. However, this is still questionable if it's a finished wave 4 and that this is a finished wave C, where the wave C has finished also after the maximum fib time required for a wave C. And based on Elliott Wave theory, the maximum time that a wave C could have is 1.618. Now, it could reach even the 2.618, but it's very, very rare possibility. And this lower our possibility for this scenario where our wave 4 has finished exactly here. Why? Because if we cannot consider that this is a finished ABC, then we have to look in the past for something much more possible, right? And in this scenario where we have exactly our bearish scenario a little bit here, we have a finished ABC zigzag, finished exactly between the fib time before the 1.618 and also exactly hitting the 1-to-1 fib level taken from the start of the A and the end of the A. And this opened much more possibilities or higher possibilities that this is a finished wave, it's finished zigzag. And what we are looking after the wave zigzag is another flat here, A, B, hitting exactly the 1.23, exactly the fib level, and looking for a wave C as an impulse. Now, if that is the case, we could reach directly to the 1.618 fib level at 76,400. And after that, after finishing this flat, that means we are looking at a complex structure here, one zigzag, one expanding flat, and we will need one more structure to finish this whole wave 4. That means we are looking for a zigzag, a regular flat, or even another expanding flat. So in that case, however we reach this level, which is a higher high, by the way, higher than any all-time high, we are looking again for another structure towards the downside. And if that structure was very deep, it might invalidate our wave 4, right? Or even we can say that even we have reached a higher high already for a wave 5, and then we are looking towards the downside because a higher high has been already reach, right? And with an impulse here, it could be done as well. Therefore, this opened very high possibility for a bearish scenario and looking for lower prices, even lower than the lower low that we had the last time for the wave 4. And in that case, of course, if we went lower and we reach the fib level, the 0.618 here, this fib level at 43,500, that means we have invalidated this impulse, and we can consider that this is a 3 waves towards the upside, and then we are having another wave towards the downside, of course, as a correction, and maybe after all seeking for new higher prices. So the case now is that which one is the right. Now, as possibilities, I would go with this one a little bit more. It has much more higher possibilities because, again, for the healthy fib times, respected fib times, and fib levels, where we might see a flat, okay, an A, B, and a C. Now, also this open the possibility as well for unfinished wave B here. So because we can see here 3 waves up, here we can see just 1 wave as a B. Now it can be because, of course, inside this wave we can see here A, B, C, right? 3 wave, but it's very shallow and it's not really clear. So it could be that A, B, 3 waves, and we're having 3 waves for A, 3 waves for B, right? Reaching again the 1.38 and reaching a lower low, which is still over 43,000 without invalidating our impulse yet, and then going for a higher high again for a wave C, impulsive wave C. Of course, after that, again, we are looking for lower prices. Now, of course, our 100K scenario is still existing, okay? The possibility is still there that a finished wave C here is done, because we can consider this as WXY, but still the WXY even time has overshoot the 1.618, which is not really allowed in Elliott Wave theory as well. This is regarding what's going on here. And now let's move on inside this area to see what's going on the 1 hour chart. On the 1 hour chart, we can see in this area here, as we said yesterday, okay, this part here looks like much more like 3 waves towards the upside, right? 3 waves. It's very clear. It looks like a zigzag or 1, 2, 3, right? If this is a 1, 2, 3, then we are looking for a 4 here, finish 4 exactly on almost 0.5. That's perfect for a wave 4. And then moving with an impulse 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, finishing this impulse exactly at the 1.618 fib level at 64,500 almost, which is perfect. So far, it is a perfect. And as I mentioned before, be careful that if we reach higher highs directly from there, we might be in a bearish scenario where we are looking for an A here for 3 waves and a B, all right, where you have A, B, and this is an impulse finishing a wave C in 3 waves, right, and finishing the wave B here, right? And then we are looking, of course, for an impulse towards the downside, finishing the wave C here, as you can see. So that is still, of course, a possibility. However, if that's happened, that means, of course, we are looking to a corrective structure, right? We are having here 3 waves up and then 3 waves down, and we are looking for a 3 waves up still to finish a complex structure made of 3 flats or zigzags, expanding flats, everything corrective. So inside here, yesterday, we saw in the micro analysis, I said, okay, that's perfect, has worked perfectly with the last analysis. Last video, I said, okay, here we are looking at a zigzag, right? then we are looking here at a flat or another zigzag, and then we are looking then for a big regular flat with a wave C towards the downside. This is exactly what happened. It has hit exactly our level given at 63,200 almost. So as you can see here, this is a kind of a regular flat. Now this wave has overshooted the start of the wave A, but this is only on the index of Bitcoin. If you look also on other Bybit, Binance chart, actually the wave B did not overshoot here. It was still lower than the higher high here. Okay. However, I'm gonna still consider this as flat. If it is an expanding flat with an overshooting wave B, it will not really change so much. If this is an expanding flat, based on the index here, we want to see a little bit deeper wave C, okay? But of course, because the different prices on different charts, I will consider this now just a flat, okay? And since we have seen a good rejection here on the given fib levels, so I think this is already a regular flat. And what we want to see next, of course, if we are bullish, and because this is still corrective and we are in an uptrend now, right? So we are looking, of course, for higher prices, right? So what we want to see next is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, of course, again, continuing these prices. Now, what would happen if this wave starts? Okay, if we get another wave, impulsive wave here, what's going to happen is going to change the structure of this, all right? What's going to happen is that this here could be now a 1, and then 2, then 3, then 4, then 5. So our finished impulse then will be somewhere around here, okay? And this will open an A, a B, and a C, right? So A, B, C. Now, it depends, of course, how much the price goes higher, okay? Maybe it touched only the 1.38 or, yeah, around it. If that happens, by the way, this fib level is for the wave B as a regular flat or expanding flat, and it has reached here 1.05. I'm going to remove it just for clarity, okay? It's no needed anymore. So what we want to see, that if the prices touch only this level, okay, which is a higher high, of course, that means, okay, we are looking to A, B, and a C here, finished 3 waves, and of course that means a finished 3 waves before as well, which opens an expanded flat towards the downside, of course. All right, higher prices than this, if the prices goes higher, that means, okay, we still have one bearish scenario where you can hit only the 1-to-1 fib level for an ABC zigzag. So we have here A, 3 waves, or it can be considered, of course, as 5 waves if we want. However, A, B, and C, right? However, I don't like this structure here that it looks as impulse, but because it looks more like a zigzag with 3 waves towards the upside. And of course, because of this fib level of a wave 5, however, it's still possible because we can get here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 with an extended wave 5. But it's very rare. That's for, that's why I go more with 3 waves here. Also here, like 3 waves, and then we got a B here in between. So it make it looks like a zigzag, to be honest, much more than a impulse. And of course, based on Elliott Wave theory, how the pattern looks like, the look of the pattern should be always perfect. I mean, not so perfect, but it should look like exactly like an impulse. I mean, the impulse should look like this, all right, like that. Does that match it? Of course not, because we can see here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, this 5, of course, as I said, not really good. and also the wave 3 is just have many overlaps in between. So I don't know if we can end even like wave 3 inside it. However, it doesn't look nice at all as an impulse. Therefore, we are looking, of course, for a wave 1 here to be finished as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and finishing a wave 2 exactly here on time, because a wave 2, if we take this as wave 2 over wave 1, okay, you want to end your wave 2, if this is your wave 1, you want to end your wave 2 almost between these fib levels here, okay? So this might take, of course, time until we reach, of course, the wave 2 if we are corrective here, right? And of course, we want to see 3 waves down rather than an impulse in yellow, as you can see, because the yellow scenario here is for the flat, right? For the A, B, and C, which is much more bearish possibility. Now, even with this impulse, the possibility of bullish still open, because this impulse can reach exactly the fib level of a wave 2, and we can still count this a little bit impulsive, right? So if this is a 1, then okay, we're having A, B, C after it for a wave 2. So that still opened the possibility for bullish scenario and higher highs again. So what to watch next, of course, on the micro analysis is, of course, now we have reached the targets as spoken yesterday. So what you want to look for, of course, here, much more possibly higher prices, and the most important thing is a good formation for 5 waves towards the upside. This is what you want to see on the 1-hour chart or 15-minute chart. You want to see a clear 5 waves towards the upside to say, okay, we are continuing towards higher prices. Thank you for watching. These were the updates, and don't forget to hit the like button if you like the content, and subscribe for the channel if you didn't yet. Thank you for watching again, and see you in the next video. Bye bye.